The hunt awaits.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Let's Play Warcraft 3, The Frozen Throne. When we last left off, after the opening cutscene to Mission 2, The Broken Isles,
Illidan is out there
Maiev had tracked Illidan to a series of strange islands. They were strange because they're full of ruins, but the islands only appear to have been formed recently. We're gonna get a side quest in this mission that explains what that's all about, so have no worries about that. Oh, I hope that sea giant. Yay. It looked like he was retreating for a bit, which would have been a...
I can wait no longer.
Why is your pathing like this? Why is your AI like this? Sea giant. Sea giant. Sea giant, come back to us, sea giant. I just want to talk, sea giant. We'll get a home on the beach, sea giant. No, I want to hide. Maiev can solo this, but I'll lose a lot of health, and that's not strictly necessary. I do love how that item and the rune are cleverly hidden. They're meant to only be accessed by Maiev blinking over across the deep water. And the water is actually going to play a really important role in this mission. Because of something that's somewhat new to the Frozen Throne, or at least new within the context of Warcraft 3. And that is naval combat. And amphibious units. That's why we have the dock down here, that's why we have the 2 frigates. And there's another shipyard a little bit further north. We're actually not going to hop on the boats yet. Because we want to go towards the northwest in order to pick that side quest up. Also to do a little bit of creeping, so we don't get attacked while no one's nearby the base as we branch out. Now, aside from the ships and the shipyards, we aren't going to be in control of too much new stuff in this mission. We do have a few new units, and obviously Maiev, who we met last mission, the new hero unit. We have some stuff coming up, but right now this is going to be our introduction and our tutorial to ship-based combat and to traversing via ship, traversing the water. And that doesn't work a whole lot differently from like packing up a zeppelin, except in this case we need to be mindful of the shores and unloading units on the shores. Also, we have a big surplus of gold, so don't mind purchasing a couple of healing scrolls and a TP. And we can also queue up a couple of upgrades. Once we get that tier 2 Tree of Life going, also set up our Ancient of Lore, start pumping Dryads out. I believe we saw the Ancient of Wonders last time, right?
The end draws near.
Oh no, I'm mistaken. There was no base building at all last time. So the Ancient of Wonders is something brand new.
There's no telling what the creatures have in store for us.
Alongside the Naga, the Murlocs not so much. But that building in the bottom right is the Ancient of Wonders. It is a shop. All 4 races in the Frozen Throne got a new building, and it's roughly equivalent. It's a tier 1 building, and you can buy basic items like healing potions, TP scrolls, stuff like that, out of them. In this case, it started us out with 1, which is handy. We aren't going to avail ourselves too much of the Ancient of Wonders, not just yet anyway, because we're actually inventory constrained.
The guilty will suffer. An orc. I smell the stench of demons about him.
Rest easy, stranger. This old wanderer has no quarrel with you or your kin. I am Drakthul, once a powerful warlock of the Stormweaver clan. Now, I am the last of my kind.
What are you doing here?
Your pardon, lady, but I am hunted by restless ghosts. They've chased me day and night for nearly 20 years. Perhaps if you silence them for me, I will tell you my tale.
I'll consider it.
More lumber is required. More lumber is required.
Oh, we're still a little bit short on the lumber. Which is weird. I have actually quite a few wisps mining.
More lumber is required.
It's probably the upgrades we have queued up. Just kind of taking way too much. We still have a bad equilibrium.
I can wait no longer.
This is okay though. The side quest that we just got from Drakthul is a really important one lore-wise to complete. So we are definitely going to be doing that. And we're going to need the assistance of the frigates in order to transport our unit group to that eastern island where you could see the 3 orange dots through the fog of war. Those are the three structures that we have to take out. So we're going to wait for the frigates to circumnavigate the island, just because I don't want to spend the additional gold and lumber hiring new ships just yet. Might have to. Eventually. Depends on how big an army we actually raise before we go after the main objective of the mission. Also, you can see the ones that we started with, the 2 boats that we started with, actually served a really useful purpose already in going entirely around the island that we start on, because they scouted out a red base to the west.
I shall not fear.
That is an optional one. If we choose to go and attack that red base, it'll take a lot of pressure off of us. We won't come under attack as often back home. So that's something to consider. I don't think that I'm going to have to do that, just because I intend to make one big, quick, decisive attack on the main base that I know is to the north. When we need the moonwells going. Did not get started on those ahead of time. Oh, we're gonna go into the skeleton pits and clean this up.
The old orc spoke of. He seemed to be reliving their last battle. They're every bit as brutal and bloodthirsty as they were in life.
So these skeletal grunts aren't dangerous in small numbers, but if you don't take out those ziggurats that are spawning them, they'll just keep coming in endlessly and they'll wear you down. So it's nice to just kind of box and pull off a small number of your main unit group and just kind of raid all the ziggurats while your main force keeps most of the skeletons distracted. Now we can get back to Drakthul and also build some stuff, because we were ignoring our macro while we did that fight. We were ignoring our macro, and thus building up too many resources. A skeletal artifact, that's a little boost. Little stat boost. And still a little bit tight on the lumber. I don't want to build more wisps. Go into low and medium upkeep just to mine a little bit more lumber. We already have like 5 or 6 lumber wisps. Only need to unload my Ev here to go up to Drakthul, and we'll get another cutscene.
The dead will trouble you no more, old orc.
Thank you, stranger. Now, hear my tale. Nearly 20 years ago, the great warlock Gul'dan raised these islands from the deeps. He sought to unearth an ancient vault that held the remains of the Dark Titan.
Sargeras, you speak of the Legion's creator.
The same. After Sargeras' defeat ages ago, his remains were locked away in an undersea tomb. Gul'dan believed that opening the tomb would grant him the Dark Titan's power. for his pride. He and the rest of our clan were torn to shreds by crazed demons. I have wandered these isles ever since, haunted by the ghosts of my slaughtered comrades.
Your tale is as intriguing as it is dire, Drakthul. It's a shame your ghosts lie silent. You deserve far worse than their company for what you set loose in this place.
I'm game.
The hunt awaits.
This is actually really bad timing to come under attack. I think I need to pull at least one wisp, too.
Slay them, sisters.
There you are. Oh, it's not gonna fall, is it? No, 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 no. Especially if I get to start healing it on time.
Justice will be done.
What is nature's call?
Oh, and we are completely full up on inventory slots now until I use the healing words and the other scroll of healing in the TP. So the Titans that Drakthul mentioned, they are not something that they go into detail a lot with in this game. But they are, this is the briefest way to put this, they are godlike interplanetary beings, and they are responsible for seeding all life on the planet that this game takes place on, Azeroth.
The hunt awaits.
And one of those Titans, Sargeras, that Drakthul mentioned, is Big Evil Boy, created a Burning Legion to scour the universe of life. Because he's bad and evil. And really, there's not much else to it than that. A lot of the Frozen Throne, the background information they throw at you, this kind of throwaway lore, like the stuff about Sargeras and the Legion and all that, that doesn't play into the plot all that much. It's really just background info, more or less glorified flavor text. They actually expound upon a lot of that in WoW. And then there's like, there are bits and pieces of that matter in Warcraft 2, and to a way lesser extent Warcraft 1. But again, it's never elaborated upon that much up until WoW. Oh no, these poor boats.
We must hurry.
We good here?
The guilty will
No, I need to pull another archer.
I will finish the hunt.
Thought they were a little bit more fragile than they actually were. Where did they even come from? Were they on their way from the north to attack my base, and they just happened upon the boats? Either way, we have a solid second unit group, mostly composed of siege units, which is fine.
Justice will be done.
It's probably a little bit too much for just 2 boats, but we're going to get ready to load up and head straight north. Just getting our unit group sorted out. Want to make sure all the ballistae are in one group. Doesn't really matter what group they're in while they're in the boats. I'm going to unload all the same.
I will finish the hunt.
But I just want to be organized, and then we're going to send Maeva up here to get a couple of extra ones, including the attack one, the attack boat.
The end draws near.
I don't know how much of a factor that's going to be, but it's always nice to have one of these ships that can attack right away instead of having to wait for all of the units to dock or to unload.
For the trees.
We must hurry.
I stand ready.
And pathing is being a little bit fucky as we try to load the boat up. Oh, why are you going away, boat?
Waiting on you.
You're gonna leave an archer behind, and almost left a ballista behind too. So we have 3 of those, and we have almost 3 full boats. So we are good to go. Now we just have to find a suitable place to go ashore. And unfortunately, the base up to the north has most of the coastline covered, with towers and other flying units and ranged units that can attack the boats before we even get the chance to drop anything off. So ideally, I would like to find a spot of empty beach where we can kind of... Yeah, no, not there, where we can drop everyone off, organize the unit groups, and go in an organized fashion instead of starting off on a clusterfuck.
We're wasting time here.
And unfortunately...
I remember this place. It was once the great library of Izal Shura. There is no knowledge left here. Only nightmares and the shadows of regret.
Fortunately, collision and pathing not working together too well. Boat is behaving like a Brood War Dragoon. Oh man. Hit to babysit Dragoons. Oh, there's a wall here, and we could tear down some of the trees, but I don't think it's enough room to actually stream units through. Ah. Is it? No, it's not. If I wanted to be more patient and take a lot of time, I could probably do something like that with the ballista. Knock down a bunch of trees and walk everyone along the beach through the opening. That's going to take a lot of time because that tree line is so thick. So we're going to do this the really messy but quick way. Which, hey, maybe that's the more fun way. It's certainly a more dangerous way of doing this, though. We'll make sure all of the ballistae are loaded up so we can deal with the static defense. We're going to take the attack ship and go straight into the tower with that. Make sure that's drawing a little bit of fire while we unload. Oh, come on. You can find suitable spots to unload. There we go. The whole army is out. And even though this is really well defended... Wait, why is the healing ward not being played?
We must hurry.
Fuck.
The hunt awaits.
Shit. They're on their own. Maev's chilling.
Our warriors have engaged the sea.
I think they're okay, but that's still... Like, I think we win this fight. I think we win this fight handily. But still, that's one of those colossal mistakes that makes me want to restart the whole recording, the whole mission. God damn it.
Our warriors have engaged.
Haven't had one of those in a good long while. Yo, the Resident Evil 4 throwing the grenade off the bridge moments. Yeah.
I can wait no longer.
Oh man. Would have been really helpful if I could have placed a healing ward down and got that healing scroll off on actual units.
I'm awake.
Hey. The silver lining to this is at least Maev is back at the base to defend the home front against the hordes of Murlocs. Plus, we still won the fight with plenty leftovers, so Maev will manage to get herself down here eventually, I'm sure. Taking a vacation from all this. Oh, and that's another brilliant one. The single-man Savage Roar.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Oh, dude, I'm doing a brilliant job right now.
I'm awake. I'm awake.
Hi. The hunt is on.
I think after... Is that a tower? Yeah. I always forget what the Naga ones look like. And you can see why modders were so eager to fully incorporate Naga into the game as a 5th race, because Blizzard did a lot of the work for them. They created brand new structures, brand new units, even like mining mechanics and stuff. Like they created new Murloc units to be their workers. So a lot of the work was done to incorporate Naga as a 5th race. It just never happened in the multiplayer. Well, in the melee scenario
Out there somewhere.
multiplayer, the vanilla multiplayer, there were plenty of custom maps. You could find Naga as the 5th race, the Legion as the 6th.
The hunt awaits.
God is light.
At last, the tomb of Sargeras is found. You, my trusted servants, must remain here and guard the entrance. If that wretched warden managed to reach this island, she'll certainly try to follow us.
Illidan. I knew we'd find him. We'll have to fight our way through the Naga's defenses in order to follow him.
We locked Illidan beneath the earth long ago. I intend to do so again. Illidan is out
That
there
cutscene kind
somewhere.
of builds up like it's going to be a
The
big
guilty
climactic
will suffer.
final assault before
You're
going
wasting
into the
time
Tomb of
here,
Sargeras.
on your mark. Illidan is out
It's
there
actually just like
somewhere.
a handful of Myrmidon,
I
the
can
melee
wait
units,
no longer.
and then a few
I will
sirens.
finish the hunt.
On you.
I can
It's
wait no
really
longer.
not all that much.
I will finish the hunt.
Hey, here's another silver lining. I didn't
Presence here is a
waste all the
sacrilege to
healing words
nature.
earlier, so now this is even easier.
The hunt
In
awaits.
fact, let's make sure the ballista is hitting in the back line instead of splashing onto the melee units, onto my huntresses. Yeah, no, this turned out fine.
Out there somewhere.
Did lose quite a bit, but whew, nothing carries over into the next mission anyway, so it's fine.
On your mark.
Now quickly, my sisters. Illidan must be stopped at all costs.
Thank you all for watching. Take it easy. Have a good one.